Yo, what's up, man?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm going well. I'm going well. I'm just about to put this in a few chats and see if we can get a few people in, have a chat for about an hour, see what's on everyone's mind. What about yourself?
Not much. Just here at home. It is, pretty damn cold outside, and it's snowing continuously. So there's that. Obviously, I see a lot of people panicking because you don't have to talk about SPX specifically. I think Bitcoin right now, I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart. As of today, it went from 88K all the way to, it might even break 86K, you know?
It
So
could.
it's at 86.3. So, wow. It's down about $3,000 just today alone. But then again, it is the weekend, so and then people are always going to go crazy when stuff like this happens. But again, it's par for the course. I'm not really surprised at this point. It
Yeah.
is what it is when it comes to price action outside of pretty much everything. I think Sol is at 118. I haven't checked Ethereum. I'm checking it right now. Oh
Yeah.
wow, ETH broke 3K.
Yeah, I know. It sure did. Yeah, it's
Interesting.
floated. It's floated like 28.
Interesting. Yeah.
But
Wow.
but it just is what it is. At this point,
Correct. Correct.
how are you
And
feeling mentally around it? How are you feeling mentally around it?
oh well, crypto aside, I'm feeling great. I mean, obviously it's not fantastic. The weather outside doesn't really permit for much else,
Mm-hmm.
and I am quite hungry at the moment. But don't worry, I'm gonna fix that very soon. But beyond that, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, fine. I'm doing absolutely fine. It's Australia Day today, so
Oh
um,
shit.
it's an interesting day in our country because half the people celebrate it and half the people hate it. So, um, yeah, bit of an interesting one. Everyone's got an opinion about it in this country, and it's very um, it's a very divided type day, which is weird because it's a national day. But I just think that's happening everywhere, right? There's always that stuff going on in every part of the world. It's like you have people support things, and then you have other people just hate on that thing that others are supporting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we've reached that point
Yeah.
where it doesn't matter what someone is talking about. There's always going to be a contrarian stance, especially if it has to do with either patriotism or nationalism. People are not really keen on those topics these days, and if they are, it's seen as controversial. I mean, like for example, it's not really much controversial in the name of Australia Day.
Mm.
I mean, even the name in itself is just the country
Yeah.
and the day. But it is what it is. I mean, it has this sentiment of everyone finds a reason to get quite upset these days.
Yeah. What's with that?
So
What's with that, you reckon? Is that just because everyone's worldview just derives from their political view? Do you think it's because of that or something else?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. The biggest issue right now is that there is this notion where people, unfortunately, look, when people's lives don't go well, they unfortunately tend to cling on to stuff that will make them feel better. For example, it's very common that you see, and I know this because it's especially prevalent with younger people. And I mean, look, I'm already 26. I'm talking about like if you're like 20, say you're
Mm-hmm.
20, if you're in college and you're 20 years old, and you're either an athlete or a very pretty girl or a very pretty girl who's an athlete, fucking can be both. Chances are that you're not going to be hyper political because you're going to keep yourself busy. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that as society has continued to expand, as society has continued to grow, we have been given access to tools where we can see what everyone is doing at every time. So if you have someone who's a bit on the nerdier side, who's a bit more of a social outcast, who wants to get moral superiority over the cheerleader or the athlete, their best tool to do that will be social media shaming. Let me explain. If you go on, and it's one of the big reasons why I really don't use Instagram anymore. If you go on Instagram, some of the most bored people on earth will be putting infographics and stuff like that of situations they might not even understand, statements they might not even understand, opinions they might not even understand. Why? Because unfortunately, they see that, some guy or some girl posted a story out drinking or out watching a game or whatever, and you can't have that. So what do you do? Well, you say, oh, well, again, coping is very easy when you can say to yourself, actually, the reason I'm not going out is because, of the political climate. The reason I'm not going out is because I'm too invested in what's going on right now. The reason I'm not going out is because, frankly, the situation doesn't warrant going out. It's very simple to shame and find joy in being morally righteous when your life isn't that good.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, it is very, very, almost to like an 100% degree. I have found that when people's lives get happier, they get less involved in politics, not more.
Yeah.
Take, for example, let's say there's a couple who were heavily involved in politics. All of a sudden, they have a kid. Okay? They have a kid, and their attention goes towards the kid. Since their attention goes towards the kid, they become a little less political, or they just can't keep up the same way as before. Chances are they're going to see people who are doing the same things they were doing before, and they're going to be like, oh, sorry, we just don't have time for that. Or sorry, we're just not as interested as we were before. Because priorities change. All of a sudden, you get a kid in the picture who's bringing you joy, hopefully, and then, well, you're not really in tune with the whole idea of, it's very easy to convince you to march for human rights or whatever the hell slogan they want to say when you got no stake in the game. You got a 2-year-old at the house, and people will rightfully so be like, actually, you know what? I'll stay indoors. I might turn on CNN or something, but I'll stay indoors. And here's the thing. Remember, birth rates have collapsed. Young people aren't dating. Young people aren't having children, which means they got all the fucking free time in the world, assuming they're not because that's where the first part of the argument sort of came in. If you have a guy, say he's 25 years old, 25 smack on the dot, and he's very popular, has a lot of friends, maybe even has a lot of things going on, a job, maybe he's part of the sports team, whatever the hell. That person, they might subscribe to the idea of, hey, I'm going to take it slow. I don't want kids, or I don't want this, or I don't want that. Oh, thank God they put the order right in front of my door. God, I love Uber Eats. Oh, I love this country.
Uber Eats appreciation.
Oh, my God.
Well done.
Oh, my God.
You tip them. You tip that man or woman. You tip them.
Actually, dude, recession indicator, it was a white woman named Kelly. So
Wowzers.
really,
Oh, okay.
yeah. We might be cooked. That being said, the whole underlying point is, for example, last semester when I was working more heavily at the bar, because this semester I've cut back on the hours and haven't really worked since I got back. There was this kid who was all day, every day working at the bar, and when he wasn't working at the bar, he was out with his friends, smoking weed and drinking and all this stuff. Hell, he would come back to the bar just to drink. That kid, during the entirety of the time I knew him, did not give me a single political take. Not a single one. I don't know if he's left. I don't know if he's right. And frankly, I don't care. He's the right guy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. His life, it's not even that it's fantastic. He's got tons of problems. I went to his house. His house he was renting was a shithole. It was so bad.
Yeah.
He even had other problems. He had a motorcycle accident. He was going through stuff. But the thing is,
he was distracted.
He was busy. He had a life. And so people who have a life and are busy tend to be much less heavily political because they're just focused on their own thing. People who are heavily political tend to, not fix their own mistakes before they comment on others, so to speak.
Yeah. Not fair. I understand. That's a good way to describe what you've seen, I guess, in your country. Here I think pretty similar. I'd say pre-COVID, politics were really only something shown on the news as much. I never saw people becoming influencers and talking about their political views or what they think is right or wrong for the country. And, we have like a two-party system here too, Labor and Liberal Party. And people would often, on the news, go hard on both those parties. Some news would be supportive, some news would be, critical of both parties. But the everyday person on Instagram or social media didn't have an opinion pre-COVID. But post-COVID, I reckon I've seen hundreds and hundreds of accounts blow up. And I'm trying to like not see this crap anymore. I'm trying to really switch off from the political side of things because, like, what can I do? I vote, but outside voting, like, what can I do other than be just a hardworking, kind, compassionate human being and have like empathy for people around me, and people in the society and the community? But like, my political view doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't. But what I'm seeing is there's so much division in the Western world right now. I'm seeing like videos every day of, normal people like you and I and everyone here, it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, but you're either hating on something or you're loving that thing. And then polar opposites on another topic. It's crazy. But you're right. I think people who have like that healthy mindset of like maybe they work out, maybe they go to the gym, or they run, or they play sport, or maybe they have a creative side where they play music, they watch movies, or I don't know, it could be anything. They're an artist of some sort. Those types of people, I think they distract themselves with things that are so positive that they don't necessarily fall into that like red or blue box as such, maybe. But it's complicated. But yeah, I'm just seeing like on X and stuff right now, it's just either the eternal optimist or the eternal pessimist, and there's nowhere in between. It's so like it's one way or another. And I'm even seeing it on X, like it's fallen down there now. It's on Reddit as well. Like, these platforms often, I think, I find a little bit more positive than Instagram. And I mean, I don't have a TikTok account, but even like YouTube, there's like every second video is a doomer video. And it's just like, seems that hope is just being sucked out of 2026 and it's only January, which is like kind of fucked. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Interesting start to the conversation anyway, dude. I appreciate you sharing what you shared. I think that's cool.
And I'll just end it with this one thing. There was only one negative aspect about SPX, which is not about SPX in particular, but about any crypto, is that it requires me to be online.
Yeah,
Because truth be told, I would delete social media in an instant if it wasn't for this. I think it's wholly negative. I think I have only positives since deleting Instagram because it's like you said, I don't want to be watching people who are wannabe political influencers. It's just not like I don't need to hear their opinion. I don't want to hear their opinion, frankly. But besides being plugged into the Coinosphere, after that, it is everything to me is bad about social media. It's
yeah.
like I know before there used to be the argument of like, oh well, no, I'm like, no, this is a doomer chamber.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. I have a personal Instagram account, and really all I post on there is sports stuff. But I've recently, in the last month, just turned that into an Aon account. Um, and I've just got my normal photos or whatever on there. But the good thing is, I'm no longer tapping into that crap, like that bullshit, where 50% of people you follow, even though I don't follow many people intentionally, but 50% of the people you follow are on one side again, and then 50% are on the other, and none will ever find any middle ground. Even though I feel like I can find a middle ground in nearly any person through a conversation, but like, none of these people will find middle ground with each other. It's just like hate on each other. And the things that people are posting, I'm not even looking at stories now, unless it's an Aon who's posted a story. I'm not even looking. Unless it's my girlfriend or an Aon, I'm not looking anymore. I'm just like, okay, Aon account, yeah, cool, reshare that. Person I know, ignore, skip, don't care. Like, and it's gotten to that point because, like I said, it's January, and I feel like everyone's already like all negged out, and it's just January, guys, which is crazy. But yeah, the good thing is we have a lot of online friends now, through SPX. Well, that's how I feel anyway. So I talk to a stack of people every day, and I think it's really cool. And I mean, I'm embedded in my community here in real life. I play sport, but it's like our preseason right now. So I'm not seeing those people like my teammates except for like once a week at the moment. And so other than work and like seeing family, it's like you guys, and that's like incredibly important. So I don't know how anyone else feels about that sort of stuff, or how they feel about their January so far or 2026, whether they're whether they've got a bit of optimism going into the year, or if everything's fucked. So, but if you do have an opinion on the world and your view, please request, come up, talk to us. We'd love to hear it. Other than that, we'll get back onto a little bit of crypto stuff. So prior, him and I were talking about just the general market, and yeah, it's looking pretty flat. But good thing is we've got a solid community. We're not going anywhere, and I don't think I've ever seen as many DCA posts as I've seen this morning. So that's another plus. That's something actually I want to bring up with Jordan on Thursday as well. DCA posts, because I listened to Southern Fried Chad and Shane, and they had like a couple of minute conversation around DCA posts that I found really interesting. So I want to like open that up on Thursday a little bit. And so if anyone's got an opinion around DCA posts and things like that, I know about a couple of months ago they got spoken about, but I think it's cool that we can have conversations about stuff like that. Yeah, because I think for some people it's their main way of giving to the community. And even though it might be just skimmed over by someone because it might not be memorable, I just think the discipline and intention behind the post is kind of important to certain people as well. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, want to have a chat about that a little bit. What else have I seen? I've actually put up some stuff here on the Jumbotron, whatever the hell it's called. So if we have a look. So we've got one article from him. I don't know if you guys have read it. It's a short one, but it's really cool. I actually read it twice because I thought it was quite nice to read. And yeah, I don't know, man. It gave me a little bit of motivation in the morning when I read it yesterday. So thank you. That was cool.
Thank you for appreciating it.
Yeah, I thought it was like different to your other 3 or 4 that you've done. Actually, you might have done a few more than that now. Even I have read them all, but this one here, very easy read. Yeah, it was kind of just like reading points, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then I've got Murad's post from today up because I thought it was an absolute banger personally. I'm sure everyone's read that already though. And then the other one I really wanted to highlight that I just sat and read for the last 10, 12 minutes before starting the space was Munchie's article. If anyone hasn't read Munchie's article yet, you probably should. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. I'll probably give that another read later as well. And then I've just got Mike's post up here, which is Seb's post really. Seb doing in real life stuff in London. And yeah, again, just talk about on the front lines, just killing it with the good energy. That's a person who has walked into January with both swords out and the most positive type of energy I've ever seen. And I think that is what we are as a community. So big shout out to Seb if you listen back, mate, because everyone's doomed, man, right now in their brain and they're cooked. And you and people like you give us a little bit of hope. So thank you, dude. I can see Larry's here as well. Come have a chat. Come make us laugh. Request if you feel called to, man. Same.
He's a funny man.
Yeah.
He's a funny man.
Do like Larry. That's how him and I met through Larry. So yeah, if you do feel like you want to have a chat, mate, jump on. But other than that, how's everyone feeling? Hopefully, no one's too negged out with what's going on in the market. Obviously, we believe in certain principles here in SPX, so we don't look at charts and we don't talk about all of that finance shit. Having said that, my DMs are always open if anyone is stressing out. Oh, that's all right, my friend. That's all right. But if
But
anyone,
if but him knows that when my wife's around, I can't really talk. So I'm just listening and watching football.
enjoy your football and your wife, mate.
What's the score between the Patriots and the Broncos?
10-7.
Broncos?
No, Patriots.
Really? Wow. Damn.
Damn, Patriots are too good forever.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the Patriots. They're so good, but it is what it is. So, but anyway, I'll be listening, supporting you guys. Bye.
No worries, dude.
Thank
Peace.
you, Larry.
Enjoy
Always
football.
appreciate it.
Enjoy football. What is it? It's like
My
what?
wife doesn't know I have a token. That's why I can't talk.
No, you don't have a token. You tell her no. It's just a picture. It's just a profile picture.
It's the best kept secret. It's been going on for, well, at this point, 7 months. And it's like he's hiding a side piece, but worse. I think these days you tell
so much
your
worse.
wife, I've got a crypto token, as opposed to I've got someone I'm cheating on you. She'll mind the first one more than the second.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Man, the betrayal. Hopefully she doesn't find out. We got to keep that secret. We got to go. That's got to go to our grave, guys. With the football though, actually, because it's finals, right? NFL finals. I haven't been following it, but I imagine.
Yeah, because the Super Bowl's in pretty much 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So is this the last game to get into the Super Bowl?
I believe this is the first game to decide like which one of the teams gets in. So the winner of today would be one. Yeah, would be one of the teams to go in between Patriots and the Broncos.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll have, and who's on the other side? Who are the other two teams?
Rams, and I forget the fourth team.
Eagles out. Chiefs out.
Oh, the Chiefs didn't even make it. The Chiefs had a terrible year.
Did they have Pat Mahomes this year or no?
Yeah, they just did awful.
No, just garbage. Okay.
Yeah, and then the Rams beat the Bears, which was unfortunate. That would have been cool to see the Bears in the Super Bowl. But I'm missing the fourth team. I think it's the Chargers. I want to say, but I know it's definitely Rams, Patriots, Broncos, and then it's right now the Broncos versus the Patriots to see who gets in the first leg.
It's crazy that the Patriots have only had a couple of years as down, and now they're back again. Like they're such a good organization. They really are. Constantly
they're really back.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I don't follow it too much because it's on like weird times often for us. But yeah, big dudes run into each other. Kind of interesting.
Did you see our footy? Arsenal lost today.
Yeah, I know you guys 3-2 to United.
That's beautiful.
It's amazing. Hey, Saucy.
I just wanted to say it's the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I forgot about the fucking Seahawks. I can't believe I did.
Yeah, man.
I put up a parlay in Poly Market where it was like Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, Israel to bomb Iran before the 30th. Like, that's the thing. That's why you can gamble on anything.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But thank you. I completely forgot about the Seahawks. Tremendous point.
Saucy. Who do you think takes it out? Who do you think takes it out then of the four teams?
Whoever wins. Okay. I think the Rams are going to win it all. I mean, I think whoever's going to win the NFC Championship game, so that's the Rams or the Seahawks, whoever wins that.
Yeah, so they're the strong side.
Is going to win it all. Yeah, as of right now. The Patriots, they had a kind of like an easy path to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Like they're playing a backup quarterback right now and played some pretty easy teams in the playoffs, and they just had easy teams all year.
So you think if they make it and they play like they'll just lose?
I mean, it'll be a game. Like I don't think it's going to be like a blowout. But the Rams or the Seahawks, they're just too good. Their defenses, Rams offense is pretty good. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you a football fan?
Yeah. I'm from Philly, so I'm a big Eagles fan. And of course they didn't really play that well this year up to expectation, but it's all good. They won last year.
Were you going to say something before?
Oh, I was just saying I'm in a snowstorm right now and I'm shoveling snow. I just wanted to pop on and say it's the Seahawks, but I'm going to go back to listening because I'm currently in a blizzard shoveling my my driveway.
Easy, mate. Thanks for listening.
Of course. I'll see you guys later.
Peace. Saucy saved us. He knew. How'd you forget the Seahawks, mate?
I can't believe I forgot the Seahawks. Because the worst part is that's the one I saw in the parlay as well. So I tend to agree with Saucy. I think the Rams are going to win it. And if not the Rams, honestly, I think the Broncos come back and surprise them losing to the Patriots.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see what happens with that. But end of the day, I ain't watching that crap anyways. Much love to anyone who watches football, but it bores the fuck out of me. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like I know a little bit about it now, a lot more because of working at a bar, but I think it takes too long. I think it's like it. I don't know. I mean, I have no desire to watch the Super Bowl. Just because, like, I don't support any of these teams because I don't watch football. Like, if you told me it's like the World Cup or something, sure. Even if I'm not from that nationality, because at least I enjoy the sport. But I don't know, football it's never been my thing. That being said, it is really funny how heated rivalries get here. Because the thing is, it's like Saucy said, the Eagles won last year, and yet in America, since standards are so high, you get clowned for like losing, even if you won the year before, whatever. Look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs won fucking years in a row. That's ancient history now. I know we give a fuck.
Yeah. It's how sport works, man. Champions,
Mhm.
then as soon as it's game one, forgotten about. Unless you like do something cool. Like I always find that soccer, um, someone who wins that, like you win the Champions League, it's always like kind of remembered. It's kind of etched in modern history and stuff like that. I find that to be kind of cool. Like I remember when my team won it, and I was just like, "Wow, this is maybe the best moment of my life to this point," and that's just because of a team. So, yeah, that sort of stuff's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a team here, like we in Australian football, that I like absolutely love. Like I jump on their YouTube channel and stuff and talk about them every week as well. But yeah, I can't tell you why. It's just in my blood. My dad went for him, and now I go for him. And sometimes my mood is depends on how the result goes for a day or so. It's pretty bad, man. It shouldn't be that way, but it is.
I used to be exactly the same with Tottenham until they won last year, the Europa League.
Yeah.
But thankfully, they've become so shit. They always were. But now it's like a whole new level where I've managed to separate the art from the artist. And what I'll do is like every now and then I'll watch the game or enjoy it or whatever. But I gotta tell you, one of the best feelings in life is when you stop attaching your emotions to sport. Because it's so good to watch your team lose and be like, we'll get them next week, boys. You know, we try our best. But
Right.
not this time. Because, like, if not, I go crazy. Like, literally last week, I saw these motherfuckers, and they were losing to West Ham. Out of all teams, West Ham, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not watching this shit, man. I'm recording a video. I'm doing something else. I'm not watching this nonsense. And then after I was done recording the video, I go back. It's like the 87th minute. Oh, it's 1-1. Nice, cool, whatever. And then they concede in the 90th minute to a corner at home. And I'm like, thank fuck I didn't sit down and watch
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah,
Same thing as yesterday. Yesterday, I
poison.
skipped. Dude, yesterday, I was at the gym and didn't notice that the game was going on. We're away to Burnley. Tell me why we drew with Burnley. It's like, nah, I'm not watching that shit. And it's funny because the one game that I watched, which was the Dortmund one, not only did we win, but I watched it because we were in class, and I'm not paying attention to class. Yeah, if you give me class in football, I'm gonna watch football. You see, this life is about choices, really.
Yeah,
But yeah,
for sure.
look, oh yeah. Look, I just think when the market is like this, I do encourage talking about other things. The problem is people are too hyper focused on price when there's a lot of stuff going on in politics right now. I'm telling you, people keep saying, "Oh, give it a few weeks or this or that until something crypto related happens." Political world right now is too convoluted for crypto to be anybody's focus.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is move in silence.
Yeah.
Build up your conviction, DCA,
I agree.
and then just and that's honestly it's been good because slowly but surely, despite the fact I'm kind of making more content, I've been spending less time on Twitter. I'm trying to diminish it entirely, but it's actually quite good because obviously if you know it's so funny, but and I'm sure Larry's listening. But there was a time when part of my day would be spent looking at charts, trading, this and that. And not only was it unsuccessful, but the truth is, even if I did that now, I mean, beyond thinking about that one coin, the penguin one, which already is falling from its all-time high, it's like, not only was I not going to get that, but in order to get that one and to make money off of that one, you have to genuinely be okay with losing 50,000 odd times and then calling the top. And it's like, no. It really, that's why it's so good, the whole peaceful life over greed, because first off, there's no guarantee that you'll actually get the trade you want in the first place. And second, people underestimate the amount of time it takes to trade. Like people think it's all like you throw a soul, you throw an ETH, whatever, and you just like, go in and out. Because the problem is, I'll give you an example. If you're a real trader, like really, really into trading, and I noticed this actually when I was in Europe in vacation a few weeks ago, a lot of the moves happen at around 3 a.m. EST, American time. It's when the degenerates are up. It's when Europe wakes up. Asia is still up. And you're like, oh, okay. And you notice it where it's like, if you're a common person and you have a job at the next day and you go to sleep at like 11 p.m. because you got to go up to work tomorrow, you got to drive, got to get up at like 6, 7 a.m., all of a sudden you are at risk of your coin being fine when you go to sleep, waking up and the 3 a.m. motherfuckers nuking you. Like just straight up taking away your hopes and dreams.
Such a stressful situation that.
It's so bad. And I know because I've been there where it's like, what did I do wrong? And the question is, not only did you really not do anything wrong, but the worst part is, even if you had stayed up at 3 a.m., even if you had stayed up all night, chances are that's the one night where it doesn't matter. That's the one night where the chart nukes at 7 a.m. You would have seen it anyways if you woke it up. No, but that's sort of the way it works, unfortunately. So really, the cool thing here is, even if you don't speak about meme coins, even if you're a Bitcoin master, even if you love Solana, look, Solana's at 118 right now. This past July, it was at 220. And everyone thought, oh shit, here we go. We're back in business. And imagine if in July, when people were dying to mine more, they had told them, hey, Solana's going to hit 118. Just wait off. Just hold off a second. And now everyone's like, oh, we're going down. It's all over. But it's so funny because
it's just the psychology of crypto and just the way the brain works during good and bad times. It's so fascinating to me. Always is.
Correct, because the thing is, really, once you have a full reversal, you have the same people being like, oh, I should have known to buy more.
Yeah, they flip.
And there's no guarantees in life, but at the same time, it is a pretty standard position to have that if there ever was a time to buy, it would be when prices look similar to this.
Yeah.
It would be when the market is in turmoil. And again, a lot of people fail to notice that the reason it is in turmoil has nothing to do with legislation, has nothing to do with something that was said. It simply has to do with the fact that A, the market makers are doing it on purpose, and B, the fact that, frankly, like I mentioned earlier, crypto's just not going to be a focus of the administration at the moment.
Yeah,
it just isn't.
We need just a catalyst to kind of get everyone's mind changed a little bit. But what I would like to say here, because if anyone listens back that is a little freaked out right now, this is a completely normal market in crypto. This happens. You have to go study previous cycles to really understand it. But what I would say is, rather than be like looking at anything, or because obviously we want to practice those principles that are set, but rather than like worry, look at this as opportunity. It is an opportunity to stack SPX. It's an opportunity to embed yourself in the community even further and build your conviction into the movement. These are the things that are the most important right now. So yeah, always look at things as an opportunity, and just don't change your plans just because you might hear a voice become a little bit louder somewhere. That's the thing. That's just typical human psychology. They'll hear something and it kind of like gives them that little bit of doubt, and then they may change their path. But you're on the right path. That's the point. We're all on the right path. We're all a team here, and we're all definitely on the right path. Don't get freaked out by what other people are saying. Don't lose your conviction. Just hold here and just build on it. See it as an opportunity, because that's really truly what it is. But yeah, I do understand why people get that way, because I think about every person that I've onboarded in real life and the messages I've had to respond to in the last week or so, more so in the last 48 hours, and I just tell them, dude, put your phone away, forget about it for a couple of months. You don't need it. You don't need to be doing that unless you're buying it on the day, which thankfully some of these people have taken that on board. I know my girlfriend has now. She buys it every day. My dad calls me and buys it every day. These things, they're finally learning the next step, the DCA step. It's important because that's what builds everything for when we do go up. So it's so simple, yet it's so complicated. But yeah, like you said, crypto's not a focus right now. There's so many world events going on that we just need a catalyst. We need some good news, and then bang, it happens quick. That's the next thing. The reversal happens just as quick, if not quicker. And it only takes few days to actually make incredible life-changing gains with anything in this market. So you just have to yeah, you have to take the good with the bad. You have to be a little bit composed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but I only see this as opportunity. I don't panic. I just can't. I'm a little bit calm. But if like you're, here, it's your first cycle, you're new. Like I said, many a time on Spaces, message me. Like I will calm you down. It'll be okay. It's yeah, it's just it comes with conditions. If this was easy, everyone would do it, and not only 2 or 3% of people would be invested in these markets. You deserve the gains you get because you are tested psychologically constantly in this market. So, yeah, you got anything to add to that, dude?
Well, honestly, what I would add is quite simple, which is never put in more than you can afford to lose,
True.
because your demeanor will be entirely correlated with that. Where a lot of the reason I'm calm isn't because my position is up, because it certainly isn't. Not on SPX, not on anything else. It's because, frankly, if tomorrow a boogeyman were to go to my house and smash my computer or steal all my coins, I would not be homeless. And that to me means, yes, it would suck. Yes, it would be awful. Yes, I'd be frustrated, but it would be something I could come back from. It is quite hard to draw the line between going all in terms of belief and also going all in terms of a logical standpoint of please make sure you have money for rent and for food and that sort of stuff. But really, I think that's the best difference, or the key difference between people who are like, okay, the price is down, I'll just do something else, and people who call your cell phone and say, the price is down, I need this, the mortgage is due soon.
Mm. Thankfully, my personal life, I haven't had calls of that, that amount of stress. But it's like, hey, why is it down? These are common questions I get. Hey, why is it down? Um, yeah, this is normal. Like, it's okay. Put your phone away. Oh, okay. That's all they need to hear. Often people only need to hear you be calm, and they are calm. And obviously, it's easy to say this if you've been through previous cycles, and it's really hard to have these opinions if this is your first cycle. Like for instance, if you've been buying SPX for the last year, and let's say your investment is underwater, you're going to have doubts naturally if this is your first cycle. However, it's normal to have the doubts, but you have to go and study past cycles. That's all I'll say. It's so important to actually go and study past cycles, and then you realize, okay, like this is completely normal. And also, I never compare SPX to anything, but I know a lot about what's going on in the actual market as well. So I'm looking at coins that I had held in the past or whatever, and I realized they're down just as much, if not more, than any memes. And these are utility black tokens. So, when Murad was saying what he was saying, like utility tokens are just meme coins with extra steps, and he's mentioned that many a time, that couldn't be more true to me. I think that's 100% true. I think most of them are just absolute vaporware bullshit, and they don't really serve a purpose. They don't make any revenue. They're just a meme coin dressed up as a utility coin. And because they're dressed up as one, people buy them and they seem to hold it because they're like, oh, well, at least if it drops, there's tech, blah, blah, blah. No, there isn't. It's completely cooked. At least meme coins are honest.
Yeah, and more than that, I think you have to look at who are the faces behind any coins you're investing into. And one of the reasons why there's a sort of calm before the storm mentality with Aeons is because really, if you've gone through the trouble of either doxing or making content or anything else, it does show people that you're in it for the long run. So it does get, like, for example, this penguin coin, which by the way, I love the penguin meme. I love it. In fact, it was the whole inspiration behind the article yesterday. I got nothing against it, and I hope anyone who invested in it made life-changing money.
I didn't even know it was
However,
a coin. I didn't even know it was a coin. There you go. Crazy.
well, hey, there's a coin for everything, to be fair. That's the thing.
There is.
That's the golden rule.
I've been seeing this penguin everywhere, like holding hands with Donald Trump. I've been seeing your article. I've been seeing the penguin, but I didn't realize it was a coin. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Well, this thing reaches, I think, a top of 14 cents. 140 million. Very high. Yeah, no, very high. But the thing is, what's so interesting about it is that after the smoke clears, you think to yourself, if somebody has gained $200,000 from the coin, especially after seeing what happened with White Whale, where White Whale had a very good trajectory upward, a very healthy one too, but end of the day, it still had a lifespan. It still had a moment where people were like, oh shit, fuck. And that's when all of a sudden you realize, shit, there isn't really a reason for someone, especially if there are no stakes, to stay and hold their money in the coin unless if they truly, truly believe it will go exponentially higher. And even then, they could sell that. So the good thing about stuff like this is that if the top of SPX, let's just say for, argument's sake, is flipping the stock market because people stock it like that or whatever, there's going to be this idea of the mission isn't fulfilled, therefore the mission must continue. Will there be mercenaries? Of course there will. You can't keep everyone in line. That's just idiotic. Some people will sell, some people will buy higher, some people will buy lower. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the point is, the penguin is a wonderful meme. But what is the mission of the penguin when it comes to the price? There is no, okay, once it hits $1, then we all sell. Or once it hits $10, then we all sell. No. And Morad has explained this profusely, and I have to fully agree with him. If there is a mission, it's almost like this. There is no point in playing a video game, technically, because obviously it's like, oh, well, you're wasting time. But then if you're playing a video game and it has a nice story, you want to finish the story. So even though you might think to yourself, okay, I've played, I don't know, 10 hours of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I've had a lot of fun, and I could stop playing right now and never pick up the controller, and I would still be happy that I played it. Or I could, you know what, let me give a better example. I could go play the online mode and never pick up the story again because my friends are all playing online. But a part of you, or at least a part of many, will say, actually, I want to finish the story. And with SPX, there is a story. There's, okay, I want to flip the stock market. The problem that a lot of other coins, especially those that run really fast, have always had and will continue to have, is that there is no end goal in sight.
Mhm.
Therefore, once the panic sets in, once someone big sells, all of a sudden people ask, is this it? Is it over?
Mhm.
Because even if you look, like for example, even if you look at when the market was red hot, Peanut's top was around $2 and something. Nobody could have predicted that the Peanut coin was going to go that high. But simultaneously, nobody could have looked at that chart when it hit the $2 and thought this is where we stop, other than like sheer dumb luck. Because the thing is, the mission wasn't let's take this coin of a squirrel specifically to $2. That's just what ended up happening. And eventually, between other launches, people moving on, well, people sold, people moved on, this, and that. And that's sort of the way it works. Where, for example, part of the reason why, even if you don't want to talk about SPX, but you talk about something like Fartcoin, part of the reason something like Fartcoin seems to have more legs is because they found a way to make it so that, yes, there might not be a specific mission, but this is something we're not willing to let go. Whereas you see that a lot of coins that are specifically of like animals or stuff like that, they just don't have that same attachment to people where they wouldn't just put their money into another animal coin instead. When all is said and done.
I definitely agree with you. I think the mission is what makes the movement. To be honest, I agree. I think that that example you gave of like the story as well, like the game, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Things like Penguin Coin, for instance, which I've only just learned is an actual coin. I didn't realize it went that hard as well. So that, and any dog cat narrative, these coins essentially just like short novels. Then if you want to speak about books, and what we've got is Lord of the Rings trilogy. So we're in like the opening act still. And that's how deep this goes for us. And I think those guys just have short novels, and they just fizzle out quite quickly. Because yeah, what's the point? Like it doesn't do anything. A lot of these things don't have communities yet. They use the word community. Yeah, they're just complete and utter pump and dumps. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like crypto's an interesting place right now. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, end of the day, what one can do is just be patient and just genuinely say, okay, do I want to stay in? Do I want to be out? But that's the best part of it all, where we're at a point where no one is forcing anyone to stay. We're at a point where no one is forcing anyone to buy. This really is when people who believe will not only have their conviction rewarded, should it come, but will also be able to stand out. Again, it's during the tough times, that people who keep going find it easier to stand out because people can be like, oh, when everything turned to shit, these people were still here. These people were like, no, 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 just give it time. Just calm down. Just relax. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. And that's the sort of calmness you want when a captain is driving a ship through a storm. You don't want to hear we're fucked. No one wants to hear that. You want to hear, don't worry, the storm will pass.
For sure. Yeah. You want the pilot to tell you when the turbulence is coming as well. Not, oh,
Yep.
we're going down and we're all going to die. You want to know, okay, it's going to be a little bit bumpy right now. And I think we all know that. I think like we all kind of understand that it's going to be a little bit bumpy right now. But then with that bumpiness, with that turbulence comes opportunity. So I mean, I had a 2-hour conversation with a friend last night who he watches all the stuff on X. Like he watches, pretty much listens to our spaces, and he doesn't own SPX. He watches your YouTube channel. You wouldn't even know that, and then doesn't even
Oh,
own
nice.
SPX. Yeah, things like that, man. And he knows heaps about it, but doesn't own it. And he's saying to me last night, oh, I'll buy it at this price. And I was like, interesting that you'll buy it at that price, but you won't buy it now. It's just a lot of people don't quite understand the way the market works. Yeah, I suppose he wanted to see like a vote of confidence on his end because that's just his opinion. But what I would say about what you said again before, the people that are here now, they're the guys that you're going to build like lifelong friendships with, because I do believe we are right. I do believe this thing is going to be really special. I do actually think it is going to be the next GME and bigger. And so with that comes the community, and these are lifelong friendships. Like now, Saucy and I got we put the girl on the same month. So every time I see Saucy, I'm like, I have that memory forever. Grille got the girl a couple of months before me, but around the same time still. So I look at him and go, oh, okay, like similar times. And then hearing him speak in videos and stuff like that, it's just like there's so much positivity that it's just lifelong friendships are being built along the way. It's very cool. And that's the power of this as well. So I, still, I'm really optimistic, even though we are in kind of rough, choppy waters right now. It's still good to remain optimistic and keep doing things and being creative if you can. Like if you've got creative mindset, then do it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think the time is now where people will generally be able to stand out and say, I was here when the going was tough and when the tough got going. But either way, this is it. This is the moment where people, their conviction is tested, or their beliefs are tested. And that's why I don't engage with people if their beliefs are tested or if they're fighting. They can fight, they can say this, they can say that. End of the day, it is their money, and they're at liberty to spend it or save it however they choose to. I will just continue to focus on my own thing, and it is my belief that that pattern of behavior will be what makes me win.
It's a good mindset to have. I can see Unk is there. Are you keen to come have a chat, man? Or are you a little busy? Maybe you are a little bit busy, perhaps. Also, him, when does your episode with Chad come out? Is that this week?
I believe it's the second week of February.
Oh, okay, so it's a little bit away.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. He filmed it like a whole month before. Oh, I'll get his requests. Let's get it up here.
Hey, man, what's up?
Oh, nothing, man. I've been listening to you guys for about the last 10, 15 minutes, and I think, I think both of y'all hit it so hard. Him, when you talk about these, like the whale coin, what just happened with Penguin, when these coins start shooting up, and in theory, it's bringing in maybe new people into crypto, they don't have, you see how it's kind of this, like, kind of hellfire attempt to create a community within, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and you just can't do it. And so, I think the things that we're doing right now, when we do get that liquidity and we do start pumping and we do get eyes on this, I think it's just going to be worth its weight in gold that new eyes are going to have people like us. They're going to have spaces like this to go to. And we have so many areas in which they can find a home in our community. And they'll be surrounded by people that say, dude, we're not selling, like, not even close. Like, what are you talking about? And I think that's what all these groups are lacking.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. This is the work now. Everyone does the work now, and then later it's just euphoria. That's the way it works. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And one thing I appreciate about you is that not only are your videos positive, but it's that mentality of just look, keep going. You never know who's watching. You never know who might engage with the content for other reasons, and that's a big reason why I've decided to not necessarily not post about SPX, we post about it every day, but to diversify it up a little bit. Because if you have someone interested on something you say, then they might check out your other stuff, then it's just like dominoes falling from there. So, for example, someone might run into your videos because they see you chugging beer. It's as simple as that. One might think it has to be more complicated than that, but it really isn't. A lot of stuff, especially crypto related, is very hard to hit the algorithm. It's very hard to escape the echo chamber once it was confirmed by the head of Twitter in Kiria that essentially crypto accounts are being a little bit not monitored, but censored when it comes to the algorithm. I know he put the blame solely on us, but I think that's bullshit. In any case, it goes to show that really now is the time when you can sort of refine what you're doing and say, okay, how can I get more people's attention, even if the market is bad? And then you just go from there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And it's like I wish I spoke Spanish so I could watch your soccer videos. But it's stuff just like that. I mean, we've talked about it in some of these spaces, whether it's freaking, fantasy football leagues or, anything that we can do that if some normie comes in, we just get to say, oh yeah, dude, like you're into this, like go check out this page, go check out this dude, go play in this league, go hang out with these guys on this space. The more avenues we have, and again, it's like you're also going to have people where it's like, yeah, dude, like, I mean, we're on the same team, but like, I don't really fuck with them like that. And that's good too. It's fine, but the idea that we're all on the same team, no matter what, with the same goal, and we have different avenues to reach different people. I think that's the beauty of decentralization. And even if you disagree with some things, and you kind of touched on, yeah, there's a lot of weird dudes out there that I don't quite agree with, or I'm not into what they're into, but for every one of those guys, there's 100,000 of them somewhere. So, yeah, I love our variety. I love the points we hit. And I think it's only going to grow with time for sure.
100% agree. And again, it's all part of that positivity of just keeping to yourself the idea that not only will it come someday, but the fact that you don't have to be talking all the time about even SPX to be able to connect with other people and talk to other people and get other people interested. I mean, earlier we were talking about NFL playoffs, and it's just because, well, I mean, hey, people are watching football. It's just what they're doing at the moment. And if it makes them not focus on market prices when the market is bad, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And what's really funny is, and I mean this. I'm a poker player, sports bettor. I mean, I've just done all that for 20 years. Gamble. And dude, for some reason, it's just clicked in my head, and it has to with most of us. That I genuinely, I know we talk about like, oh, I don't care what the price is, but it's like, dude, I swear I could give a shit. Like I'm excited. Like I'm telling you right now, dude, I blew my whole paycheck. I don't care. And it's almost a joke to me. It's like you guys are gonna let me buy these for this price, really? Like it's literally a joke because I do believe in it. I was on the outside looking in with Bitcoin for all these years. I remember, fuck, dude, like 13, 14 people talking about Bitcoin, and it couldn't click in my head. And I think looking back on it, it was a much more technical sale at the time. And again, it's like kind of technical people got it, and so they kind of had these tight knit groups. But our advantage is we're not a technical sale. Like we're just hanging out. That's the joke of it. We're hanging out, having the time of our lives, putting our money away in this pot, and one day we're gonna flip to 500, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious. I mean, it's not a technical sale.
Yeah, agree. I think it's just opportunity. And like you said, if you're putting your paycheck in, there's a reason. There's a reason you're doing that. If you believe in it still. So I'm the same. I'm buying every day. I don't care. I just see this as an absolute opportunity. It's easy to get upset about things, like many are, but I just don't think that's us. And it's good that like people actually aren't freaking out in SPX. Like that's really, really cool. Hey, Slow.
Hey, did you see Slow uploaded a video today? He was in the snow as well. That snowstorm affected all of America. That shit
Slow in the
was
snow.
wild. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Bro, I'll tell you the problem with that, man. I live in South Texas, like in between San Antonio and Austin, and man, like people up north know how to drive in this shit, dude. Our people, a bunch of yahoos ripping around on ice roads, man. It's hilarious. I'm just staying inside for 4 days.
Yeah, there's some crazy snow going on over there. I've seen some stuff. It's kind of, man, full on. Full on. Here is the opposite. It's 41 today. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. I think 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that hot?
Damn, that's scorching.
Yeah, so 41 Celsius here. I'm not allowed to talk in Celsius anymore or Mung will kill me. He's threatened me so much. Yeah. If Munchie's me saying it one more time, if I talk in centimeters or any of that stuff, he's gonna rip me apart, he said. So
It's true. Fahrenheit runs the world. It's not true, but it's America. We run the world, so easy, easy.
are you in the running chat? Or you're not you hate running, hey?
I hate running, but I still do it. The only problem is I can't do it right now because it's like if I run right now, I will literally slip and die.
Yeah, we
Like I
don't
run
want
on the
that.
treadmill.
We don't
Yeah,
want that.
no.
Just run on FIFA
No.
and I'll watch that. But
There you go.
I put in there the other day my run in kilometers, and Munch was like, "What did he say to me?" He's like, "It's miles, God damn it!" And I always read it in American, American accent every time I hear it. It's like Fahrenheit, miles. What do you say? Gallons, pounds. I'm like, man, far out. Why has Australia got it so difficult? I don't know what Fahrenheit is. He's like, yeah, it's this much. I'm like, okay. So I think it's 104 today here. And if that sounds hot, that's what it is. It's like crazy hot.
Yeah, but here it's crazy cold. Speaking of which, I mean, it's Sunday. It's been a good space. Probably call it off at this time and then chill. And then we should have another one this week, maybe during a weekday. See if we can
Agree.
get some more people on here. But this is recorded, so we don't have to stay here the whole day. Or do you have anything else to add?
Nah. Nice, short and sharp on a Sunday.
Beautiful.
You guys enjoy your football. And I don't know who you're going for, but I guess I think the Patriots will win because they got, pedigree DNA.
That's true. The DNA is important. DNA is important. All right. Have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you all very soon.
Peace.
See you guys.